start with?
Motivation. Hey. What up, what up? Men's Monday. You know what it is. I put 103 on the chat for a reason. Hey. Motivation. Hey. How y'all doing on this Men's Monday? Hope y'all feeling blessed out there. Hope y'all feeling blessed out there. It's Men's Monday. We're going to get to it in just a second. I want y'all to check in, chime in from wherever y'all from. Ladies, married, get your husbands on. It's Men's Monday. It's going to be a good one. It's called Men's Monday 103, guys. It's about to be something serious. I'm going to hit on two aspects of the 103. I don't own the rights to this music, so Facebook and Instagram don't cut me off. I do not own the rights to this music. Hey. Motivation. What about motivation, guys? Hey. Chime in wherever you from. Put your city, put your state. Remember, I don't own the rights to this music. Men's Monday. I hope y'all had a blessed Monday. I had a great Monday. It's been a good Monday for me. Good workout. Good just morning vibes. The day just was ready. Yes. If God is with me, who can be against me? Motivation. Hey. I don't own the rights to this. Alright. We gotta get into this. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this. All right. Men's Monday. You see the title is 103. I put Men's Monday, Men's Talk 103, right? And the reason why I put the 103 in the title is because it's 103 days left into the end of the year. Y'all hear that, fellas? 103 days left into the end of the year. So, with that said, right, I wanted us to kind of challenge ourselves for these last 103 days that are left. I want us to challenge ourselves, stretch ourselves, grow ourselves, improve ourselves in these next 103 days that are left. Actually, 102 because we're towards the end of the night. So, to start tomorrow. But 103 days. This is the word I'm getting. This is what, God's put on my heart for us, fellas. It's 103 days. And what I get from these 103 days is what should happen in these 103 days that are left until December 31st. Right? So what's been on my mind is what should we be doing with these 103 days? One, I think that we should come up with a plan. And knowing that we doing a marriage platform, right? I got two things for you guys, right? The first one is going to deal with self, right? And I'm going to get into the marriage thing because that's what our platform is, but I'm going to get into the self. I think every man that's on this call for the next 103 days or 102, like I said, today's ending up, should make a sacrifice. Some type of sacrifice that you've been taking for granted, or something that you've been doing that's like a bad habit, or something that you need to get away from. Just, get your spirit right away from something bad or negative that's been going on in your life. If you've been having where, you've been having negative energy for the 103 days. We got to just change that. We're going to stay positive those 103 days. We're not going to entertain no type of bad conversations. We're not going to get into no like talking bad about somebody for the next 103 days. If you like to drink, you're going to chill for the drinking for the 103 days. You're going to chill. You're going to cut back on the drinking, right? No drinking for the next 103 days, right? If you smoke, no smoking the next 103 days, right? Something that you're going to sacrifice is really going to impact your life. If you spending money in the wrong spots and not the right way, 103 days of no spending money in those spots, right? Things that you might be actually taking for granted. If you like to go out to eat all the time, 103 days, cut back on that. Something that you're going to sacrifice for these next 103 days to the end of the year, right? And then the next thing I want us fellas to do, this is for fellas, for yourself, for self-improvement, is the next part of the 103 days is do something consistently. Do something consistently. Like work out. You know, for the next 103 days, what I'm going to be doing is more attentive to just money management, just making sure I get my trading account up to a certain amount. And I want to do that. I want to focus on those daily gains in my trading account and be consistent with just trading Monday through Friday, pretty much. Sunday through Friday. Because I want to trade on the markets on Saturday because the market's really closed. I want to be consistent with that. Now, something that I want to get away from for the next 103 days, I'm trying to think of something that I could sacrifice that has really been hindering me for the next 103 days. What is something? I'm here with my wife. I'm trying to think of something that I can sacrifice for the next 103 days just for myself. Oh man. Oh man, she said football. Oh, Elizabeth. No. She said football. Okay, listen.
Challenge.
You know what? For the next 103 days, right? I got, all right, guess what? I will sacrifice.
You can't hinder me now.
Oh my goodness, she's gonna be on me with this. See, it's bad because I got kids that really like football, and they want to see this football. So if it's football, it's got to be like either NFL or college. It can't be both. You know what I'm saying? It got to be something like that. So she want me to sacrifice something like that. Man, she's getting in. She's going deep. Boy, I need something that is hindering me, babe. I need something that's hindering me.
Beer?
But I don't drink beer like that. I drink it every once in a blue moon. You know.
Hanging out with, unnecessary hangouts.
For the next 103 days. Next 103 days, unnecessary hangouts.
Like what, though?
But I already got one trip planned to hang out.
What's that?
You know, I'm going to the Georgia-Florida football game, so...
Oh, yeah.
That right there.
That's it.
That's it.
That's one and done.
Okay, so that's it. So I got to sacrifice... Is it hanging out or going out to eat? What we doing now? I gotta eat. We'll talk about this, but look, I'll make sure I come back with you guys. I'm gonna find something really good to sacrifice for the next 102 days.
I think that was good.
And stuff like that. Hanging out with
anything.
Okay.
Anything.
All right.
If it's not to impact or empower, like a meeting.
Yeah, I don't want. And then I'm gonna sacrifice eating bad food.
You've been doing fine.
Well, we've been doing fine, but we'll slip off and on, or we'll go on a binge or whatever. Right. And then something that I can do consistently for the next 103 days. My wife is so silly in the background, isn't she? So for the next 103 days, something I could do consistently, and one is work on my business every day. My other business that I got besides the marriage platform.
Every day?
Every day. At least an hour a day. At least an hour a day on my other business that I'm working on and trying to get put out there as well. So that's what I would do. Consistently, I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to keep myself accountable to that. Also, I'm going to do for the 103 days, if I don't hit the gym, I have to do kick-ups. I got to do 4 sets of kick-ups to my wife. She's my accountability partner. She got to do 4 sets of kick-ups. If I don't hit the gym that day, it's a mandatory. I must do the 4 kick-ups, 4 sets of 25 of kick-ups for exercising. Right, and stuff like that.
We should do a marriage one.
So, with that said, those, it's 103 days. And I know after this 103 days, man, we're going to come out of here so blessed and so appreciated, so on a new level, operating on a new level. But I'm going to get back to the real basic, because this is Men's Monday and it's Marriage Men's Monday. So, here we go. Y'all like this, right? So, men, we got to make these sacrifices, right, for our wives, right? Dun, dun, dun. So what sacrifice can we make for our wives, right? For the next 103 days. I gave you a couple of options to look at. I'm going to start off small, like cleaning the house on the weekends, or doing the dishes on the weekends, or, that's one thing right there. Splitting up the holidays. If you're always going to one family holiday and that becomes a conflict, that's something we can do. But the number one thing that you can sacrifice for the next 103 days, this is it. This is the key one. She don't even know what this is. Making financial decisions as a team. Next 103 days.
That's a challenge.
That is a challenge. You have to make financial decisions as a team with your wife.
Like what?
Like you can't buy nothing on your own. It'll be a limit. All right? Nothing more than $45.
No, they should talk about it.
Or you could talk about it, which, you can talk about it. But you got to make a financial decision together as a team. So that could be your 103 thing you do until the new year. And see how that works for y'all. See how that brings you a lot closer together. I really think it will be so good for a lot of couples to do that situation right there. To do that. To make financial decisions as a team for the next 103 days. Now think about it. You got Christmas coming up. You got Thanksgiving coming up. You got family trips, holidays, and all these types of things that are coming up, right? So now we got to make these financial decisions as a team with our wives. That right there, I think, really can hit on something that will be really good and impactful. Another thing is helping with the kids until Christmas break, helping them with their homework. You can do something like that. You can make that decision. Helping them with their homework the next 103 days. And then you're going to have, because they get out for Thanksgiving break, so you get a break right there. And you also get Christmas break too. So the next 103 days. Or picking up the kids. You pick up the kids the next 103 days from school. If you have kids, you can do something like that. If you're not a cook, far as a fella, cook the next 103 days, right? Sacrifice cooking the day she would cook. You would cook. Take her place in cooking. You can do something like that. Take her place in cooking. Take her place in cleaning. the things that your wife would normally do, replace that with what you can do for the next 103 days and make that sacrifice. And I think that right there would be very impactful far as being together as one unit and start establishing some type of respect and seeing what the other person really goes to. You know, some type of gratitude, some type of really understanding of what they're doing. And another thing, this is a good one for the next 103 days. Put aside our perceived needs and put our wives' desires ahead of our own.
This will start today.
You hear what she said? Does this start today?
Yep.
So, put aside our needs and put our wives' desires ahead of our own. And so, you know, if you that sexual guy, you know, you got those sexual needs.
Why are you looking at me? Don't look at me.
Put them needs to the side and put your wife's needs ahead. Like it might be a massage,
like
you know.
Ahead, yeah, ahead.
Yeah, she might want a massage. You know what I mean? My wife is in the background, really not really being a good student and producer right now. So, put aside, you know, you can do whatever your wife desires. Put her desires ahead. Listen to her. Have those conversations. So, there's one right there. After work, make it intentional to really ask her how her day is the next 103 days. The next 103 days, sacrifice the 30 minutes when you get home to give that attention to let her just say what's ever on her mind and have a conversation with her. Right? Back and forth conversation. Really listen to the conversation. Listen to what she talk about. It don't matter if it's about the girlfriends or if it's about the kids or something on Amazon or anything she want to talk about for the first 30 minutes once you get home. Listen to what she has to say. Right there. That's not a hard sacrifice right there. It should not be a hard sacrifice to listen to. And when you listen, you really listen to how she's really feeling. You're really caring about what she's saying. You're really dissecting the conversation, right? And you're responding in a good manner and in a good way of her receiving the way you respond that you really care. So that's another thing. You can give her a massage. You know, you can sacrifice that and stuff. Now, the other thing that I came up with is, you know, those are some just different examples to sacrifice for the next 103 days. You know, if you feel like you're not being the lead of the household right now, and you want to get the guidance in leading the household and get the house back in order, sacrifice with being the lead and start doing something far as like y'all can do a Bible verse every day, you know, or something spiritual. You can do something spiritual, praying for the next 103 days. Say the prayer every night. You be the guy to say, you know what, until the end of the year, I will say the prayer every night before we go to bed. Right? Every night. Say your prayers, right? Make sure she's ready. And if she don't work, or if she's not at home, or y'all travel, make sure you call her. If you're one of those guys who travel on the road, a truck driver, somebody like that, or you're away from the house like that, you call her every night before you go to bed and say a prayer for the next 103 days. Next 103 days, right? Now, those are, like I said, those are things that we can sacrifice and do. And I think after you do that for the next 103 days, you will be blessed so tremendously that you will just see a better result in your marriage. I think you'll be more happy. You'll understand each other a lot more and stuff. Now, this is the one part we got to get back to. What are you going to be consistent with your wife for the next 103 days? Right? And so the thing is, you can be consistent. Now, you can be consistent in making the bed. You know, if your wife is usually the one who makes the bed, you can be consistent in making the bed, helping with the kids. Also, just connecting with your wife. For the next 103 days, make it intentional to connect. Establish that relationship. Establish that friendship as if y'all was dating. You know, when you was dating, you call your wife every day. Every day when you was dating, you was like, yo, let me see what she doing. Establish that connection again. Establish the trust. Be consistency with the trust. You know, as far as just communicating. And I told you guys about the difference. If you look at one of my calls, it's are you checking in, or you're not checking in, but you just letting her be aware of the situation, so you don't have to. It's not checking in. It's just letting her be aware of what's going on. Another thing is, be consistent in your growth, your potential growth, with the emotional potential, like far as understanding her emotional needs, her emotional stability, and be consistent with the love. For the next 103 days, show her the love she deserves. Show her that love. Show her that appreciation. Give her the next 3 days. You got to give her a hug and a kiss every morning, every night. And if you're not there to give a hug and a kiss, you got to give her a phone kiss and I love you, right? You got to tell her you love her every night. And these things should be automatic, you know, but I understand different relationships have their different dynamics and stuff that they do. Also, for the next 103 days, you should be consistent with making your wife feel secure and safe. Make her feel secure and safe. Make her feel that she can depend on you for the next 103 days. That she can depend on you for any situation the next 103 days. Be consistent with being able for her to depend on you. If she call, you're there, you're ready to go, whatever she needs for the next 103 days. Be consistent with it. I had something else that I pulled up too as well. Oh, for the next 103 days, make your wife feel, because a woman needs to feel this, want to be seen. Women want to be seen. Your wife wants to be seen. Make her feel that way. Make her feel beautiful for the next 103 days. Whether she get up with the hair all crazy or whatever, still let her know that she's beautiful. She got your heart. She got your eyes. She, even in the morning, hair all over her head. She beautiful. She cute. You know what I mean? Make her feel that way. Right? Also, be nurturing. You know, be nurturing to it, you know, the next 103 days. Nurture your wife, you know. Care for her. Rub her hair when y'all just chilling. Rub her hair, rub her back, hold hands, you know, stuff like that. You sit on the couch, she got her feet up, rub her feet, you know. Run her bath water. The next 103 days, have a bath already set for it. If you get home from work before she does, have a bath set for the next 103 days. Have a bath already set up.
Well, at least once a week or something.
Or at least once a week. Something we got to stay consistent with. You know what I mean? It's something that I want you to stay consistent with, that's going to show you the appreciation and let her also know that you appreciated of her. You know. So 103 days of consistency of doing these type of things, you know. Like I said, you can have dinner ready for the next 103 days. At least do something where it starts to become a consistent routine until the end of the year, and show her your appreciation. See, when you start doing stuff like this, and I'm not trying to discredit, but Valentine's Day looks like peanuts compared to something like this, right? She don't gotta be the one to boast and brag, oh, he got me all this stuff for Valentine's Day, he did all this stuff. Because she's like, look, the last 103 days, he's been spoiling me. He's been showing me appreciation. Something he's been doing. And maybe something that you do in these 103 days might turn into something that you just do on a regular. It becomes a routine. You don't even think about it no more. It's something that you just do, and she appreciates it, and she's like, man, you know, before the 103 days, I didn't really think about how this really affected me. Like, even especially like the 30 minutes of talking when you get home from work. The 30 minutes of talking when you get home from work. Or talking the 30 minutes at lunch. That's something you can be consistent with. Call her on your lunch break for the next 103 days. See how she's doing. Call her on the lunch break. Have a 15, 20 minute talk. You know. Just call her. Let her know that you know that she's around you. You're thinking about her. She's on your mind right there for those next 103 days. So these are things that I think that we can do. The first part of this conversation, of this men's talk, was about self. And I told you, guys, do something for the next 103 days that you could sacrifice that's been hindering you as a man. That's been hindering your life, right? As a man. And then think about something for the next 103 days that you can grow in consistently. Consistently grow. Stretch yourself. Grow as a man. Do something positive. If it's feeding people, helping the homeless, be a server, be a giver for the next 103 days. You know, something that's really going to impact your lives and others as you start doing it. Be the positive person at work the next 103 days. Don't complain the next 103 days. Just start doing something like that, right? Don't complain. Just, go for it. The next 103 days, do it like this. The next 103 days, things that you would ask her to do, just go ahead and do it initially. Don't even say nothing about it. Don't get mad when you see something that she hasn't done around the house, or you see something that, that you want to correct around the house. Don't even say nothing. Just go ahead and do it yourself. For the next 103 days, do that. Say, you know what? I'm not going to complain. And don't let it be the 103 days where it builds up to New Year's and you get mad. You're like, I've been doing this the 103 days. You ain't said nothing. You ain't, and you mad on New Year's Eve. No, because see, what you're going to realize in these 103 days, that it's going to be so much of a growth process for you, fellas. It's going to be so much of a growth process that it's not even going to matter. You're going to just explode into a new level for 2023. Going into 2023, you're going to be walking in with confidence. You're going to be secure in yourself. You're going to be, you're going to be prideful of how you're leading your family, how you're leading your wife. Everything like that is going to fall into place when you start doing this stuff. It's time to motivate. It's time to go on that run, fellas. It's time to do the thing that we've been trying to do the last 6, 7, 8 months. It's time to go at it. It's time to finish that book. It's time to read that book. It's time to open that book. It's time to, get on your high horse. Let's get right. It's time to, just start really getting on your journal. I got different books. That I have that, that can help you guys out. I'm gonna show you a couple books, which I got one right here, Psychology of Money. Get on some books like that. Start Late, Finish Rich. These type of books. Secret of a Millionaire Mind. That's another book right here. Power of a Prayer Husband. That's another book you got to get on. Feeling is the Secret. These books right here. And this book right here, my wife don't know, But we're gonna get back onto the book club, and we're gonna start this book. I just read over this, Love in Action, and we're gonna do this coming probably in the next couple weeks, maybe in the next week or so. Right there, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Come on, guys, let's get on these books right here now. A Giant Awakening Within, right there, man. Look, all these books, you got to start getting on different types of books and expanding, man. And you know what? I was talking to my homeboy last week, and I said, dude, I never used to be like this. I wasn't a big time reader, honestly. I'll be straight up. I wasn't a big time reader, and doing this now, it's like I done fell in love with it. It's like I got a hunger for it. I got a book in at my work called Power of Positive Action by Napoleon Hill. This one book right here, I love this book right here though. I'm gonna tell you right here, my son reads this book right here. It's a Vince Lombardi book. It's by Vince Lombardi, and it's football season. And if you're any of you guys coaching a football team, a basketball team, this book right here, you can actually read to your team. And it said it's called What It Takes to Be Number One by Vince Lombardi. Guys, read this book to your team. It's real. The chapters are very short. It's real simple. You can read these before the beginning of your games to get your guys riled up. Let them know what it is. Let them know how winning, what it takes to be number one. If you got a football team, a baseball team, read that Vince Lombardi. Read a passage out of that. Order that on Amazon. Read that to your kids before they go out there on the football field and play a game. See how they respond to that. You know, because as you know, being a mentor, as me, coach Little League football and stuff like that, they look up to us, guys. They look up to us. You will always be coach. Once you coach a kid, you're always going to be a coach to them. You know, so different sacrifices that you can make, far as just, you know, impacting yourself, impacting others around you, inspiring others around you. So you want to make that sacrifice. It's 103 days left, guys. You want to make those sacrifices, and you want to be consistent with something. Something that you've been telling you, like, man, I'll be doing this thing for a week, and then I fall off, man. I'll be good for 2 weeks. Now, we're not making no more excuses now. No more excuses. We're going to go full steam ahead, running, all gas, no brakes. That's how we're running it, right? The next 103 days. And wives, if you on here, let your husband know. Say, hey, Brandon, he talked to the fellas on Men's Monday. They're doing a 103-day run. I want to know, do you have a 103-day run plan? Do you got a plan for the next 103 days? Do you got a growth plan? And wives, don't come at them like rough with it. Just like, hey, it's like 100 days left until the end of the year. What do we want to change in our relationship? What do we want to grow in our relationship for the next 103 days? What can me and you sacrifice that? Something that we shouldn't be doing the next 103 days. And what's something that we need to be doing consistently the next 103 days? Hey, maybe it's just going to church every Sunday the next 103 days. Maybe it's going to Bible study. Maybe, you know, it could be anything. But use this as a growth process. It's 103 days, guys, until the end of the year. Let's make some drastic changes in our life and kick down the doors of 2023, guys. If it's a health thing, if you and your wife are out of shape, or if one of y'all are out of shape, y'all got to help each other. I know Thanksgiving coming up. I know Christmas coming up. I know how the food gonna be like that, man. It's gonna be good times. But this year we sacrifice. We ain't pigging out this Thanksgiving like that, yo. We not pigging out Thanksgiving. We not pigging out Christmas. I know it's hard. You're gonna have to miss some collard greens and chicken and turkey and smoked turkey and fried turkey. No, we chilling. These next 103 days, man, we gonna get our health right. We busting down the door of 2023 like no other. When we step in the room, it's like boom. We're gonna be stepping in the name of love. Me and my wife, look, go ahead and find you a party for the new year, because you know when y'all come in there, get your outfit ready. The outfit that you haven't wore in a minute, ladies, tell you why is, hey, that outfit I ain't seen you wore in a minute. You know, you kind of, you know, you ain't right where you was, but we gonna get there. We about to get right for 2023. We kicking down doors, financially growing. You know, you can grow financially. Like we've been mishandling our money. Now we coming in 2023 strong with our money, yo. Like everything's settled. We coming in 2023 strong with our faith. We operating on a higher level with God. We ain't in the friend mode with God no more. We in the like he is my brother type thing. Like we done changed the relationship. My father, he's there. I'm not looking right. My health is wrong. Nah, we kicking down the doors of 2023, coming in looking sexy. We looking sexy for 2023. We looking strong. We looking right. We looking right and tight, wearing white. Not black and fat, looking whack. You know what I'm saying? We coming in there good, right? You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted y'all to let y'all know, look, 103 days left. Find that run for you. Find that run for your wife. Find that run for y'all as a couple. Let's do the dang thing. And everybody show their progress for 2023. Alright? So that's it for my call. That's why I named it 103. I'm gonna bring back the music for y'all, so y'all can get back right again, you know what I mean, on that 2023. Because look, think about it. This song right here, this right here, 2023. We gotta bring it back, right, guys? So, y'all already know what it is. It's time to get what we say. Let me tell you. Here we go. Nigga, get on your job, tell them. Niggas get on your job, nigga. Motivation. Niggas better get on your job, tell them. Niggas get on your job, nigga. Motivation. Suck a nigga, get on your job, get your hand, get on your job. Yeah. You can look me in my eyes. See, I'm ready for whatever. Anything don't kill me, make me better. Hey. Yeah. All right. I was in the zone for a minute. My wife said, "Did you pray?" You hear her in the background. She over here eating cereal, talking crazy to me. All right, here we go though. Let's go ahead and pray, fellas. Here we go.
You look like him.
All right. So we're gonna pray. Everybody bow your heads. Spirit of the living God, thank you for this call to let us be aware. Today I woke up with something told me about, it's something to get ready for the end of the year. It's something that told me, it's you, God, that told me. It ain't something, it's you, God, that told me that I need to let the people out here know it's almost 100 days left into the end of the year. And we all need to go on some spectacular run to really change our lives for the better and not for the worse. So God, I just pray that we all stay consistent. I know it's going to be temptations. I know it's going to be strongholds, but I know we can break every chain. And with you, Father, we just keep you first. Everything is going to work in our favor. Everything is going to work for the greatness of your glory, Father. And I know we're going to bust down the doors of 2023 like no other, because we know we have faith in what you put in our lives. And we just going to trust in you, trust in our word. And when those temptation storms come, we're going to lean on to you, God. We're going to lean on to you when something that is not of our consistency. We're going to lean on to you. Say, no. We're not going down that road. When it's something of not your will, we're going to pray and say, Father, deliver me from this, because I've been working with you, Father. I've been walking with you hand in hand, step by step. I want to get rid of this bad habit. If it's smoking, if it's drinking, if it's, watching pornography or doing anything that is not of you. You know what I'm saying? God, we just want you to just give us that awareness. Like, hey son, look, before you go down that road, think. And give us the conscience to just be able to respond instead of react. Alright? In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Y'all stay tight. Stay right. Let's go. 103, baby. That's what it is. Y'all have a good night. Love y'all. Peace.